You're welcome back. We're still talking about the future of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And media officer Tony Ibitoye is on the line from Eastern Turkey, giving us updates on the situation. Tony Ibitoye is still with us. Let's continue now. I mean, what's the next move for the team now? When are they coming back to Nigeria? We hear some of the players that are based all around the world have started to depart for their different bases.
Yeah, of course, the players are beginning to leave. Some left even before we got back to Kentucky. Some left very early today. They have different programs from their different clubs.
Right.
A few of them are coming back with us to Nigeria, just a few. Most of them have left and have gone back to prepare for the preseason, of course, rest a little bit before the preseason and get ready for the next football season. But before the break, I was talking about the future of our team, and I was giving you the names of the young boys who still have a lot of years ahead of them. And, of course, I was going to talk about Wilfred Ndidi, who had a fantastic tournament, Ebo as well, you know. A lot of these guys are going to be here for a very, very long time, and they can really build on the experience that is gained from this World Cup so that for the future we can be better, more experienced, and be able to handle situations a lot better. So I again reiterate that the fact that we don't have time to dilly-dally, we don't have time to dwell on the failure of crashing out in the group stage of the World Cup, because we have 4 games, 4 2019 AFCON qualifying games between now and the end of the year. So it's better for us to start to focus, plan for those games, and ensure that we are able to bounce back, because we are already doing catch-up in our group, having lost our first game 2-0 at home to South Africa. And Coach Pt.2 is coming back with us to Nigeria so that we can begin plans immediately for the AFCON qualifiers.
Yeah, when they come to Nigeria, talking about the AFCON qualifiers, we understand we have like 23 players, all of them young and all that. Are we going to see opportunity? I mean, are we going to see some actually MPFL players, being added to the team we currently have now?
You see, this issue of MPFL players is being up and up all the time, and there's no pretenses about it. Your best players play for your team, for the national team, at all times. The best players will play for the national team. There is no quota system for home base or foreign base. If you are good enough wherever you are, you get your chance to play. That's it. And I was reading it out the other day. Our best players in the league hardly stay 2 seasons. They are up to Europe. So what do? Depend, because they are now in Europe, and look for some other players, and then keep bringing down your team and building new ones. The Stephen Odes, the Bolan Salamis, the Chisom Buchulam of Rangers, the Alassane Wazan that were outstanding in the league a few seasons ago. Where are they now? They are all abroad. So that's until we make our league so that we can keep our best players, pay them well, and sort out all of these issues of our club structure, we won't be able to keep our best players in the league. And if your best players are not in your league, your best players will come from outside. That's how it is. Senegal is doing well at the World Cup. There is no home-based player in the Senegalese team. The teams that have a bulk of their home-based players are the teams that have very strong leagues, which is not very applicable right now with the state of our league and club football in Nigeria. So this issue really, for me, is not an issue. Get your best players wherever they are and let them play for the national team. Of course, if you look at Coach Pt.2, home-based players have always had their chance in the team. If you look back at when Jamel Alimi, Emmanuel Daniel, Ifeanyi, have all had chance to be called up to the national team, Stephen Eze, and all of that. So they always get their chance, but will they make the big step up when the Chiefs are down against those who are coming from abroad? It's always very difficult for them, but you never say never. They get their chance, and if they are good enough, because Ikwezenwa is here, for example, because it's good enough to be here. So there's no need for any campaign about a quota system for home-based players. If you are good enough, you'll get your chance to play in this team.
Oh, thank you, Tony Ibitoye. Before we let you go, the captain, Mikel Obi, a few doubts about his future with the team. I mean, what are you hearing from Mikel? Is he planning to retire, or is he ready to continue to lead the Super Eagles in the future?
Yeah, we want him to continue because he's been a fantastic captain. He's been a great leader for this young team. So if my own opinion counts, we want him to continue, but it all depends on how his body carries him. And he said it that he's going to be looking at it from year to year. He feels he still has enough to take him. We'll see. Next year, AFCON is around the corner. If he's strong enough to continue to play at that level to lead the team, I'm sure he will do it. But if his body doesn't allow him, I'm sure he will take a rest. But it takes it 1 year after the other. He's served Nigeria for a long time. So we want him to be around, but definitely you can't play football forever. The coaches will decide what to do with the status of the captain. But if you ask me, I think he can continue at least 1 or 2 more years. He's been inspirational. He's been a good leader for this team, and I really want him to continue. But it all depends on how his body carries him.
Okay, Tony, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it, and we wish you a safe return trip back to Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you guys for your support. Thank you for the opportunity to be on Sports this morning, and thank you to Channels TV as well for all the good work.
Thank you. Have a great day, Tony. All right, so that's it. The Super Eagles of Nigeria will be returning home anytime soon after that unfortunate exit from the World Cup. And like I said, there's not time to lick the wounds because they have to start getting ready for the 2019 AFCON qualifiers. They lost the first game against South Africa. And there's also Libya and Seychelles in that Group E for Nigeria. So it's not going to be a stroll in the park. It's not going to be a cakewalk. They have to work to end those points to qualify for the AFCON. Why are you smiling?
I mean, just Libya,
so?
you know, before now, when you hear the names of some countries, you're like, okay, we can easily beat them. But after what happened, after what is happening in Russia right now, you really can, have too much confidence and say, I can actually, take on this team and just defeat them. But Genedro understands that, the players understand that, so they understand now you cannot take any team for granted. So I think that's why I'm smiling, saying that, look, it's going to be easy for them. If knowing that they don't have to take any game, let's just be serious for every game they're going to play. Tony Ibitoye was talking about Mikel Obi and his leadership qualities and all that. Genedro also is, he's a coach and he understands. He believes that Mikel actually made the job more like easy for him, when he became the coach of the senior national team. We hear from him now.
We'd like to see our captain leading this team another few years because when he's here, we have a real leader and they are following his advices. And it's easy for me to coach this team. What I appreciate in this group is also the discipline. We never had any problem. This is building the character again, and they will learn and learn and learn and be better. And the next interesting etap will be the AFCON. And I hope that we will do well in this competition.
I hope I can still be around. I hope... It's a fantastic team, this team, very good boys. I've enjoyed my time with the national team all my years. I've never been in a team like this before. I think this bunch of players and amazing guys, funny, always nice to be around with. We have a group of boys that listen and they want to improve, and this is very good and very important for Nigerian football. Nations Cup, we'll see. I have to. Like I said a few times now, I want to take every year as it comes and see what happens.
Okay, see what happens and see how he can. What we actually want him around is leadership qualities. You really can't deny that, right? And also having a captain who can easily switch position, you know, just to ensure that the team get victory. You don't see much of that.
I mean, you heard Tony Ibitoye, media officer, endorse him. You heard the coach, who's the most important, endorse him. I imagine the players as well are enjoying being led by Mikel Obi.